I would like thank you very much for this opportunity to Universitas Airlangga. So of course, I'm on behalf of the Universitas Airlangga would like to share what we do. I think continuing or furthering what the Professor Petru already mentioned about the UN SDGs and also the policy, and then continue by Professor Muhammad that already also mentioning about the best practices and the result of many kind of university doing for achieving the SDGs. So I think I will continue also for what we do for this kind of the achieving and also learning experience among our students, and based on the community activity for student emancipated learning experience. So then the relevancy of the student study, learning, and then for their job market. Yeah, they already mentioned by Professor Muhammad that unemployment will be also related to the subject or study program of the student. So why our university then sharing also about the outcome-based education in the curriculum to make the student more experienced, not only in the campus, but also beyond the campus to study with the community. So because we know that these challenges of the SDGs that we are already done until maybe 2030, but we know that after that, we will entering the mega trend in 2045, from 2030 until maybe 2045. If we look this, the differences that already also mentioned by Professor Muhammad, that we are doing this SDGs now is more in society, economy, and this kind, I think, and environment. This is very important, society, and then policy and economy, and also the environment. So when we move then to the mega trend 2045, we can see here there's so many then we do with the circular economy. So why in Indonesia, in our Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology, and also mandated to our university in all Indonesian university and also Universitas Airlangga. So then we do the circular economy for the green economy, blue economy, and also health and well-being, and environment, which means conservation and also the tourism. And of course, with the food security of our food resilience. So the circular economy, it will be seen in the next of the mega trend after it is SDGs achieving in 2030. So we not only we thinking about the SDGs 2030, but we should also have the strategic how about after 2030 in the mega trend of our young generation that now becoming our student. So why in this, then we would like to share what we do for our students to more strategic in study with the community. So we know that also already mentioned by the previous professor speakers that also inform that we are in uncertain condition. If we look here with the COVID-19, before we look for this kind of the data, we know that the mobility of the people is very different since 1933 until maybe 2020. We can see here in the blue color of this slide. I'm sorry. Is this in this slide we can see that we can see that this is a very full of people, mobile from one country to other. So it's not like in 1933. It's very different. So why also with the climate change, and we have also the infectious disease transported by also the people who mobile, who do the mobility, like we already also faced to the COVID-19 of the SARS-CoV-2 virus. So for this kind of the climate impact, so we now also very important to do for the biological surveillance. That is also the one our focus our priority for the biological surveillance. In Universitas Airlangga, we have Infection Disease Institute, we have Infection Disease Hospital before the COVID happening of us. So we have also teaching hospital, we have the institute, and we have the hospital special for infection disease. So then the starting of the COVID-19, then we are also ready to help to support our government at that time in 2020. Only two institutions that we can do for the analyzing of the COVID is Universitas Airlangga and also the ETMAN. So we are very important, the climate impact to our environmental change. So we need also to analyze the effect, and then tool and method for the biological surveillance will be very important. So then if we then make the relation between the SDGs number 3 for the good health and well-being with the climate change, the interaction of that, so we can see here so many emerging and re-emerging also happening among us. Actually, in the SARS-CoV-2, infected of the pandemic among these 3 years. So the important thing is we should do the global environmental health in the meaning of health security, food, and also environmental security. Why? Because environmental is not only the biological material that among our like virus, bacteria, but we also concerning the non-biological material. So it's mean the environmental like the oxygen, carbon dioxide, the climate change with the emission of carbon, anything about non-biological material is very important for the effect of the biological material. So then global environmental health, I also propose this kind is very important in the future. So then how about the student, our young generation that will be continue until the achieving in 2030. And after that will be continue for the mega trend. So we know that the curriculum, then the study of the students should be then give them the skill, the competency, the character quality. And we can see here, this is the strategy in lifelong learning and also the competency in the era of in 21st century. So we can see here the multidisciplinary aspect approach for the student will be more important. So like mentioned by Professor Muhammad, maybe the unemployment is more in 3 subject learning, right? Subject program like natural science and then social humanity science and also social science, and the last one I think 3 components that already mentioned by Professor Muhammad. So we should then give them the 3 pillars of higher education. So in Indonesia, there are 3 pillars. It's not only education and research, but students also study in community. So these 3 pillars will be together as the outcome-based education for our students. So then Universitas Airlangga do this because this one is and another is very synergized. The outcome-based education is synergizing among education, student, and community services. This one will be a learning experience of the student and also student doing the research with the community. Can be also done the research in laboratory, but can be also done with the community. I think this one also very important for us. And we can see here, so our university has the strategic implementation to achieving the SDGs, so strengthening the meaning of the research and community services. And we have the policy of our rector is SMART. The SMART is mean S is sustainable education for all, meaningful research for the M and community services. For the A is advancing innovation enterprising, and the R is responsive management, and T the topping up tangible and intangible resources utilization. So for this kind of the M and A in our part of our responsibility, so we would like also giving the people to strength and supporting achieving of the SDGs. So the student in our government, we have the degree of our Ministry of Education, Culture and Research and Technology. This the OBE outcome-based education is now is very important. So make the student is many learning experience beyond of the campus. So we have and when we see here by the non-report et al. In 2018, we can see what the meaning of the OBE, the outcome-based education. Of course, we do the PDA plan, do, check, and action. And don't forget also improve after we do for the evaluation. What is our curriculum? This related or with the challenges of the SDGs in the future and also for the mega trend after that. This is the important thing. So the OBE will be started not only all the whole curriculum, but also starting for the courses, the program, the faculty, and then after that in university. So the teaching and learning process also not only courses in the campus, but also learning process with the community. So learning outcome, learning activity, and learning assessment will be important to do for the OBE study. So for our university, then we do for the student, for the emancipated learning in community, we can do by research-based learning, we can do by case-based, project-based, evidence-based, and community-based learning. So for this kind of the experience, so students can involve in our matching fund research. So we have a matching fund research internally for collaborating with international partners, but our government also have matching fund with link with the industry or company or the stakeholder. And then we can teach our students to do the startup, how they can becoming emancipated and have the learning experience like entrepreneurship, and then making like a startup. So I have one example for our student that successfully now doing the startup up, and of course after they are graduated, they're still continuing, but now he's with the team is successfully to do that. And also our university now developing the name of teaching industry. This is like a science and techno park, but this more pilot plan program. So the teaching industry is the bridge between laboratory scale, pilot scale, and industrial scale. The teaching is the pilot scale project. So students can study there how they from the laboratory before the industry. So then we are also give the learning about in COVID. We are developing vaccine for COVID-19, and we successfully also do this by adopted the hexa-helix collaboration scheme. So we know triple helix, penta, quadra, and hexa. So we successfully product. Now we have the vaccine of Inafat. This is for COVID-19 for our domestic demand in Indonesian people. So this is already got the emergency use authorization. And I think our university is the first university in Indonesia producing autonomously in our country for COVID-19 vaccine. And we are collaborate with the in the biopharmaceutical industry of Biotis. So we learn about collaboration. So students learn about how to make a collaboration. We cannot do anything by ourselves. So we not compete one by one, but we collaborated. So to achieve the SDGs, we should collaborate with the community, like this kind of the hexahelix, our experience. We collaborate with the ministry and government. We are collaborate with community like National Consortium of Vaccine Merah Putih, hospital community, and also society to do the clinical trial, preclinical trial, and also with the media, mass media, with the law, because we should also collaborate and giving the as a regulator, national regulator in Indonesia, also halal. because this already got the certificate of halal from the Majelis Ulama Indonesia, Halal Center in Indonesia, and also with WHO. So the law is important, and also academician, researcher, postgraduate student, and of course the industry. And don't forget our alumni, because the alumni will be around surrounding us in the environment of the stakeholder. So for the SDGs, our university also share for the SDGs desa or SDGs village. So the SDGs is not only in our city or district of any kind of this, but we are, like mentioned by Professor Alam, that Indonesia is archipelago country. So we have so many remote islands. We still have border island like Bintan with Singapore and Malaysia. We also have coastal area. So we have 3 pilot projects. We choose Madura Island as the remote island because near from the East Java. So I, of course, invited all of these speakers here from many kind of the country. Maybe we can do together how we can then encourage empowering the people in village to do to achieving SDGs, conservation, natural resources, and maintaining for the SDGs for the more environmentally eco-friendly environment. So we also choose the border island of Bintan Island and coastal area of the Banyuwangi. So we do the SDGs village is to answering rural Indonesia to towards the global development goals, and we do by and with. So we together with the community. So the community will becoming our partner. So this is the one of this floating hospital that we have. This kind of the floating hospital is will achieving the remote area island in Indonesia to achieve like the SDGs #1, #2, #3, also educational, inequality, green economy, blue economy, so many things because they have natural resources in marine area. Yeah. This is the floating hospital that we have. I think this is still only the floating hospital in Indonesia that we have from Universitas Airlangga. I hope that in the future, many universities in Indonesia also will have this kind of the floating hospital. This is part of the contribution of our alumni. This one is more in the foundation of Satya Airlangga Floating Hospital. It's been be sponsored or sponsoring by our alumni with Universitas Airlangga and with the hospital in the East Java province. So this is the Madura Island. This is the remote island near Surabaya, near Madura. It's very close. We have bridge from Surabaya to Madura, but we have to use this floating hospital to achieving the 4 remote island like Gili Iang, Sapu Adi, Putran, and Ras. The important thing, this Gili Iang Island, yes, in the more in the north area. So Gili Iang, you know that this one still contain the oxygen. I think the biggest second oxygen in the world. So we should maintaining this kind of the oxygen. So then we try to give. We try to give this society in the Madura Island to map the oxygen. This one you can see here the student involved in this kind of the research. So students do the research together with the committee, do together with the supervisor of the lecturer, professor, researcher, and also the practitioner. So we can see here what they do, the student, and then mapping of the wind and also try to implementing the solar energy in this area to maintaining the oxygen. Yeah. So we can see here the student then do the research to implementation of the solar energy in this area. And then also you can see here, this is the faculty of advanced technology and multidiscipline that we have in Universitas Airlangga, and also faculty of science and technology that supported the environmental to what we call it, to waste, yeah, to the waste to the waste degradation by to be the composting, like and then not to burn it, the waste of the like from the plant or from any area of the Giliang. So we can maintaining to be the bio composting, and then to do for the agriculture as the organic fertilizer or something like that. This is also due by Faculty of Science and Technology, and also water sanitation. So why our university got the ranking in the impact ranking of the SDGs in time higher education in the rank of 101 to 200. And then we are also high score in water and sanitation. So I think, and also no poverty, and the other also in inequality, because last mentioned by Professor Alam that the women and also the men in our university is maybe around 60 compared to the 40. So 60% is the women also for our students. So and for the coastal area, so we are combating the poverty and hunger for sustainable agriculture. So we support the fishermen, our society in Banyuwangi in coastal area, how to improve the quality, making more good quality of the water of aquaculture for the shrimp, especially for the shrimp aquaculture, because this is very important. We are still difficult to export the shrimp harvesting because the society have the problem with the water quality. So we then supporting this society in Banyuwangi. So next September with the UI Green Metric, we will also conducting as a host for this kind of community development program in Banyuwangi with the Society of the Shrimp Fishermen Aquaculture. So we make a remote sensing. This is the area of marine station of Universitas Airlangga in coastal area of Banyuwangi in Indonesia. So we make like remote sensing to analyzing the quality of water. Water there like cyanobacteria, chlorophyll, and also maybe there are pathogen bacteria there. So we analyzing this by using the remote area. And we have also the teaching industry of glucosamine. What is the glucosamine? This is, we are converted from the waste of the shrimp, the shell of the shrimp, because we have so many fishermen with the shrimp cultivation. So we then use the shell of this shrimp to convert it, become glucosamine. You know, glucosamine is very expensive material for the pharmaceutical industry. So we have one teaching industry there. I think this is important for the circular economy, right, of the SDGs for our environment, to make more healthy environment. So this is another for the green economy that we do also in border island of the Bintan. We do conservation in our botanical garden in Kalimantan. We have endemic plant of the ginger. It's very specific in our area of the Kalimantan that will be becoming a new capital of Indonesia. So this is our collection of so many bacteria that we can use. This one becoming like a biosurfactant or bioorganic fertilizer, and also developing enzyme, we call it exozyme, to do more in the green economic area, and also herbal medicine to the faculty of pharmacy. We have the herbal plant to be becoming a more traditional medicine in Indonesia. So we can see here, this is the one learning experience of student that doing the startup. So from the environment, what society need, our help, our solution, our support, then our student developing the ones.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Penghasil sarang walet terbesar di dunia.
Yes, we can hear.
Sarang walet ini menjadi harta karun yang bernilai triliunan rupiah. Pemerintah saat ini berfokus pada optimalisasi potensi sarang walet Nusantara. Namun pada faktanya, kita menghadapi kendala yang tak ada habisnya.
Kita sebenarnya bisa memaksimalkan produksinya sampai ke 2.000 ton.
Sebanyak 1.800 ton yang diekspor semuanya berasal dari rumah walet yang belum diregistrasi.
Presiden mengasistensi atau melakukan pembinaan teknik kepada petani, baik koran maupun sarang burung walet.
Pemerintah Indonesia menghadapi tantangan serius untuk mengedukasi petani walet.
Jadi yang paling clear adalah tidak boleh ekspor material. Titik. Tujuannya apa? Nilai tambah petaninya akan lebih baik.
Banyak pihak egois dan mengekspor raw material. Hal tersebut membuat harga sarang walet menurun. Tiga fakta tersebut menjadi masalah: traceability, edukasi, dan social impact. Markas Walet berusaha memecahkan permasalahan tentang budidaya walet di Indonesia. Markas Walet akan hadir di tengah-tengah petani walet Indonesia. Kami telah mengadakan pelatihan budidaya untuk mengedukasi petani walet di Indonesia. Saat ini, ratusan petani walet binaan kami telah merasakan panen yang melimpah setelah bergabung dengan Markas Walet. Markas Walet telah memiliki manufaktur pencucian sarang walet yang telah memberdayakan lebih dari 40.000 rumah tangga sebagai pegawai aktif. Untuk mengintegrasikan komunitas petani walet yang kami bina dengan manufaktur pencucian sarang walet, Markas Walet berupaya menghadirkan solusi inovasi teknologi berupa aplikasi yang dapat meningkatkan nilai traceability. Melalui langkah strategis ini, kami sudah berhasil membantu produksi sarang walet dengan skala besar setiap tahunnya. Inovasi dan pencapaian ini membawa Markas Walet menjadi 100 startup terbaik menurut Kementerian Riset dan Pendidikan Tinggi. Kedepannya, kami akan berfokus pada pengembangan jaringan supply chains melalui aplikasi Markas Walet, serta menghadirkan inovasi teknologi dalam proses budidaya dan pencucian sarang walet. Mari bergabung bersama Markas Walet. Markas Walet, wujudkan mimpi petani walet Indonesia.
So this Markas Walet, the student that built the startup, Professor Muhammad, he and his team is graduated from natural sciences, from mathematics. So it's mean that we can empowering and also increasing and strengthening the learning experience of the student with the outcome-based education, with the society, with the so it's mean that can be also make them more available or employ them to the job market, or maybe they can create a new job market in the society. I think this is the one we can do for strengthening our graduate competency in the society when they are entering society, community, and also the stakeholder and also the job market. So Universitas Airlangga, we have the Global Research, Innovation, and Community Development Collaboration. We have two institutions or two centers for internationalization. The one is the Airlangga Global Engagement, and the other one is the World University Association for Community Development, that we often also invite Professor Alam to share his experience, his knowledge, and also his as a director of World Association for Sustainable Development. So the WACD is initiated by our rector, Professor Nasi. Now we have around 30 members of this kind of association. So we are more also do the community development within international area. So next August, we can do for the river of Kim Kim in Malaysia, in Johor Bahru, together with the UTM, together with the University of Technology Malaysia, and also with the UN, University of Malaya. So, and around of the Malaysian university member of WUACT. I think we are also maintaining this kind of the environment in others university member countries. Thank you very much. I think this is what I share with all of you, and I hope that this is will be a fruitful discussion and also collaboration with all the speakers and also all the participants in the future. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And I'm return back the time to Professor Ali.